Welcome. My name is Peter Strong, and I'm a professional psychotherapist specializing in online therapy via Skype. Skype counseling is a very good choice if you're struggling with anxiety or depression. It means that you can get professional help in managing your anxiety or depression or addiction without having to leave home. So you can take more control over your healing process. So I offer Skype counseling worldwide, and all you need for Skype based therapy is a good internet connection and a quiet place to have your Skype counseling sessions. And you also need, of course, Skype and PayPal to make payments for your sessions. So Skype counseling works particularly well for anxiety. And during these sessions, I will teach you mindfulness-based methods for working with anxiety. The most important thing that you need to change is the way that you relate to your anxiety and to the emotional reactive thoughts that spring out of that anxiety. The big problem that most people face is that they become lost in patterns of reactive thinking. They react to their anxiety with more anxiety producing thoughts. And this simply feeds the anxiety, rather like feeding a fire with fuel. You have to learn to change your relationship to your anxiety so that you don't react. You need to become the observer, to be able to sit with your anxiety without reacting to it, without feeding that fire. This is what mindfulness therapy focuses on in great detail, and I will guide you and teach you how to do this, how to become less reactive to your emotions and to your thoughts as well. This is essential. You have to stop reacting in order to create the right internal conditions that lead to healing and resolution of those emotions. If you can learn to sit with your anxiety with a non-reactive mind that is also compassionate and consciously engaged with that anxiety but without becoming overwhelmed by it, then you are creating the right conditions, and that anxiety will respond and change and heal through that relationship that you build with it. We do this by learning how to meditate on our anxiety. Now, most people think that meditation is a way of escaping anxiety. It's a way of creating a blissful state of mind and distracting ourselves from our emotions. But this is a mistake. It's absolutely clear from working with people that the biggest problem that prevents them getting over anxiety are patterns of avoidance and aversion. Trying to get away from the anxiety simply makes it stronger. Fighting the anxiety through resistance or becoming fearful of it also simply feeds the anxiety. The conditions which lead to change are those in which you develop more conscious awareness and more friendliness towards your anxiety. This may seem counterintuitive, but it is a fact. The more friendly you become towards that part of yourself that's in pain, the more that part will heal. And it takes some practice and it takes some guidance, and that's what I offer during these Skype counseling sessions for anxiety. If you really develop and practice in this way, you will see substantial changes after 3 to 4 sessions of Skype counseling. And most of my clients really get on top of their anxiety quite well after learning to apply the mindfulness methods that I teach. So, unlike treatment-based approaches, mindfulness therapy gives you specific tools, ways of working with your mind, with your thoughts and with your emotions, that you can practice by yourself between sessions and develop real skills in how to not become overwhelmed by emotional and cognitive reactivity. If you'd like to learn more about Skype counseling, do please go to my website and then simply email me with any questions you may have about Skype counseling therapy, and let's schedule a Skype counseling session. The first session is a trial session, which means that you can try this method with me and see if it feels right for you without any obligation. Generally, if you'll know within the first 30 minutes if Skype counseling and the mindfulness therapy approach is right for you or not. Most people are actually very delighted by this approach, and they benefit from it very greatly. So if you want to learn more about Skype counseling for anxiety or Skype counseling for depression as well, then simply send me an email and let's schedule a trial session. And you can see for yourself just how effective mindfulness therapy can be for overcoming anxiety and depression. I've worked with people who have suffered from anxiety for years, and I've also worked with a great number of people who have tried treatment-based approaches with medications or other therapeutic procedures and really not benefited much from those at all. You have to really change this underlying process that causes your anxiety, which is all to do with how you relate to your emotions and to your thoughts. And medications won't change that relationship. They still leave you vulnerable to becoming overwhelmed by anxiety. So if you'd like to learn more, please go to my website and let's schedule a Skype counseling session to help you overcome your anxiety or depression. Thank you.